Buenas noches. Good evening, folks. Simon Marius, I made a mistake. Hands up. What a close shave it was, because I had got the books out tonight and I looked up Jupiter. I didn't go for all of the encyclopedias because I was so sure, okay, that the guy didn't exist. So I just picked out 4 randoms. Jupiter, just to see what it said. In all 4, right? In all 4, got it upside down, it doesn't matter. See what I've underlined? Right, underline, in all 4 books. Galileo discovered Io, Europa, Callisto, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, right, that's it. I'm going to slay this guy. But, obviously, not obviously, but I always do. Obviously, kind of, I guess. The in-depth. So I go to Jupiter. I could have had this ready. And oh, come on. Right. And it is in depth, right? That's where it starts. Oh, it's a bit dark, but anyway, Jupiter goes on, right? Goes on, and I have to, it's in depth, I have to read it. Of course I have to read it. Otherwise, what's the point of opening the book, right? And it's a good job that I did read it. Don't forget, I'm convinced that I'm just reading for the sake of reading. Simon Marius does not exist in my mind, okay? I've gone through all of it just to see, just in case anywhere. And I get to, in order of increasing distance from the planet, the satellites are called Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, after legendary figures closely associated with Jupiter, Zeus. In Greek mythology, the names were assigned by the German astronomer Simon Marius, Galileo's contemporary and rival. There proved to be certain further aptness to the choice of Io's name. Io, the wanderer, appears to have an indirect influence on the atmosphere of Jupiter. That is something else that I say bullshit to. It's, look, they say that the ash, they say that the ash, the volcanic stuff that comes out of Io, goes to Jupiter and affects its atmosphere. Are you kidding me? Io orbits Jupiter 420,000 kilometers away. Let that sink in. Io orbits Jupiter at 420,000 kilometers away. Our moon average orbiting distance is 384,000 or 386,000. Do you think if our moon was an active volcano, the whole thing was a volcano, that ash, that smoke would get to here? Well, Io is another 35,000 kilometers away from Jupiter, and they're saying that the dust, the stuff that leaves Io, affects Jupiter's atmosphere. Again, it's so stupid, right? But it's in the books. This is about common sense. Anybody who goes, no, I believe that, well, you're wrong. You are wrong. How the fuck? I mean, what are we talking here? 420,000 kilometers away. A moon that is only 200 kilometers bigger than our moon, right? In diameter, 400, like volcanoes. And the ash coming out of volcanoes travels 420,000 kilometers further than from here to the moon. And it affects, look, I don't want to get sidetracked, okay, because it's just ridiculous. I made a big boo-boo with Simon Marius, okay? He came up in the last book. I was just about to get up here. Look, I even had independently, same time as I was gonna give the guy a welcoming fiesta and a despedida fiesta, a going away present. But I made a mistake. So my hand goes up. That changes nothing about what I'm doing. Everything else stays the same. When I was doing it last night, in the back of my mind, because I was sure of it, right? I checked all the books. I was going, that word, slam dunk. I was going, no, I couldn't get myself to do it. I was going to slam dunk, say, right, he does not exist. But I couldn't, because it just wasn't enough. I didn't have enough. And there it is. And I do put my hand up and I say, I'm wrong. I made a mistake. But that doesn't change anything what I'm doing, and it doesn't change anything of what I'm saying. They are lying. They are adding names into the digital realm, and they are then using those names with achievements or discoveries, inventions, to justify the lies that you guys are being told about today. All this technology and no. They need things, just like the moon. Just like the moon. Bear with me. Oh, I couldn't have been more prepared. I tell you why, because I didn't know I was going to do it. But it makes perfect sense to. It's bored again. It's been a few months. One day, Monday, it's going to come down. Oh. Well, maybe not by accident, that's for sure. Whoever tried this knot didn't want it to come down in a hurry. Now I don't have the board to put the light up. Right. This is going to be a short one to say that I was wrong. But now that we're here, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, all of these names, go over to there first. Right. What I'm saying, if you look at those dates, let's try and do this under 15 minutes. What I'm saying, where's that brush? They wanted to go to the moon, didn't they? That's not too bad. They wanted to go to the moon by the end of the decade. This was in 1960. But how on earth were they going to get to the moon without any any knowledge about space and this and that and the other. There's no way, is there? They kind of had nothing. But then, suddenly, this lot appeared. Added. Insert into humanity's history. Galileo and Kepler and Huygens and etc, etc, etc. What I'm saying is, I don't know if it's all of these names, right? From there upwards, it's too perfect. It's too convenient. It's too perfect that all of these people, 300 years on average, right? 300, 350 in some cases, came up with all of these orbits, gravitational stuff, planetary motion, light, unprecedented astronomical observations. All of these people, all in different countries in Europe. And you know what? They had sussed everything out that was needed to be known to get to the moon. Newton, even further back. Where are you? I thought I had him up here. Anyway, thrust in a vacuum. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Wasn't that handy? Didn't that save a load of hassle? Who wants to talk about thrust in a vacuum? All you need to know is every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Everything is perfect, too convenient. A load of these were added to justify the BS and the lies of today. Joseph Lagrange, he was born in 1736. In 1772, the three-body solution. The three-body solution, Lagrange point 2, that is where the James Webb Space Telescope is right now. In 1772, this guy worked out some stuff in 1772 that is allowing the James Webb Space Telescope to cruise around in Lagrange point 2. People, if you cannot see what I'm saying, right? Now, what I'm saying about the current ones is they are doing exactly the same, but they're using Google, Wikipedia, and they are just adding names. And those names come with achievements, inventions, fucking yada yada. And they then use those to justify the stuff that they're getting up to today. They are tweaking the past by saying certain things happened by certain people, and then that justifies the madness of today and the direction that you're going in tomorrow. Now, this is how the game is being played, folks. It's right in front of you. I got, what's his name? Simon Marius wrong. But I haven't seen any of the other names that I had up here on the board a week ago. The Christmas, what do you call it? Okay, too old for this crap. I need to be in bed. Schlafen. Almanac. No, not almanac. Oh, you know, the freaking thing where you open the windows. Advent calendar, for crying out loud. Right? All of those things. I had 10 up there, I think, in the end. And I checked to make sure. And they were not in any books. And this guy, Marius, nearly, but got saved by the last book. So my hand goes up, I made a mistake. Nothing changes. This is what's happening. The same as they inserted this lot into the books. Now don't forget, when were the first encyclopedias? I can't ask her, she does my head in. I'm talking about Alexa. say her name? I know you're listening. Look. Library of Congress catalogue card number 7856359, manufactured in the United States of America. All of them. These travelled the world, got printed in loads of different countries. But the bottom line is the World Book Encyclopedia. Field Enterprises Educational Corporation, London, Chicago, Rome, Stockholm, Sydney, Toronto. All right, reserve this volume may not be reproduced. Printed by Kingsport Press, Kingsport, Tennessee, USA. Copyright, American. The World Book Encyclopedia, Chicago, London, Sydney, Toronto. The World Book, copyright 1984, USA. All rights reserved. This volume may not be reproduced in whole or in part in any form without written permission from the publishers. Printed in the United States of America. Library of Congress, catalogue card number. All of them. They printed them, and then off they went around the world. Work the rest of it out, folks. It's not difficult. The children are under siege. Lies. All right, I'm going to have that early night. Not really, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Hasta mañana, laters.